Yo, what's up guys? So in this video, I'm going to show how I calculate the calories that I need to consume each day to stay lean all year round. So the first thing I want to do is I need to determine my total daily energy expenditure. The first step I do is that I have to find my BMR. So the formula for your BMR is going to be 10 times your weight in kilograms plus 6.25 times your height in centimeters minus 5 times your age plus 5. Okay? So, I don't know if you can see that, but essentially that is the BMR formula. So once you know that, you have to determine your weight in kilograms and your height in centimeters, right? Pretty straightforward stuff. So I know that for me personally, I weigh 175 pounds, okay? And 2.2025 pounds is in 1 kilogram. So I want to merely divide that by 2.205, okay? And that's going to give me, do the math real quick. Okay, so that's about 79, let's say 79.4 pounds. Okay, so that's what I'm going to use for weight or kilograms. All right, so then to do my height, for every 1 inch, you need to account for 2.54 centimeters. So I am 68 inches tall, I'm 68 inches tall, 5'8". So it's at 60. That's not right, is it? 5 times 12, 60. Yeah, plus 8. So I'm 68 inches tall. All right. So if I want to convert that, obviously I want to convert that to centimeters. I'm going to times that by 2.54 centimeters per inch. All right, inches cancel out. And I'm going to get a height of so about 173 centimeters. All right, so that's my height. We can call that H. All right, and then this is my weight. All right, we can call that, we call that W. So what I'll do is to kind of make some room here. We'll have the height. So H is going to equal 173 centimeters, and W is going to equal 79.4 kilograms. I'm going to make some space here, some room. So then I have everything I need. I go to my BMR and I say BMR is going to equal 10 times my weight in kilograms. We'll call that W. All right. Plus 6.25 times my height in centimeters. Call that H. Minus 5 times my age. I'm 33. So we'll call that A. We'll equal that to 33 years. All right. Times A. and then plus 5. That's going to give me a BMR. Do the math real quick. So we got 10 times the weight being 79.4, okay, plus 6.25 times the height, 173, all right, minus 5 times my age, 33, okay, plus 5. All right, so my BMR is going to come out to be 1,715, all right, calories. Cool. There's my BMR. So 1715. I'm going to clear this off. Cool. So my BMR is going to equal 1715 calories. Okay? Cool. So once I have that value, next thing I want to do, I don't know if you can see that. All right. The next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to calculate my total daily energy expenditure. So to do that, I need to multiply my BMR by a multiplier that fits any of these 6 descriptions. So we have little to no energy expense is going to be a 1.2 multiplier. 1 to 3 days, 1.375 multiplier. 3 to 5 days, 1.55 multiplier. 6 to 7 days, 1.725. And if you do hard daily energy daily, that's going to be 1.9 multiplier. I personally, when I exercise, I do between 3 to 5 times a day. Lean more on the 5 days. I train at five times a week. So I'm going to implement this 1.55 multiplier. So I'm going to take my BMR. It's very simple at this point. My total daily energy expenditure is going to be my BMR times my multiplier. Which is 1.55. So do the math for that. Multiply that by the multiplier, 1.55. And I'm getting a total daily expenditure of 2,659 calories. Okay? So if your goal is to gain muscle mass, you need to include between a 5 to 20% increase to this value. All right? If your goal is to lose weight, then you need to take away 10 to 25% of this value. So I am more interested in gaining muscle, let's just say, and I want to gain lean muscle. So between that 5 to 20% range, I might maybe do something on the lines of maybe 15% increase to my TDEE. So to do that, what I would do is, I know if I multiply this by 1, it's going to be 1. So to make it 110%, adding that 10%, I'm going to do my TDEE, and I'm going to multiply that by 1.10. All right. The 0.1 is going to incorporate that 10%. All right. So clear this off. I now know my TDEE is we was 2659. Double check. Yeah. So 2,659 calories. Right? That's my TDE. So I'm going to multiply 1.10 times my TDE, and that's going to give me my recommended calories to consume to make sure I stay lean and gain the adequate muscle mass. Of 2,925 calories a day. Well, that means every day, this is the amount of calories that I need to follow, and I need to not exceed to make sure that I stay lean 365 days out the year. So there you have it, bro. This is how I calculate my calories that I need to consume each day.